Yeah, the Prophet Marshall Occurrence back up in this, man. So, this video is going to be about people talking about wishing ill on people and wishing bad on people. This is something I hear from even family and other people and people all around the world, especially in black culture. It's a thing to say, I don't wish bad on nobody. Okay. But they doing bad against you. See, it's a new generation of Christianity that has to deal with consistent witchcraft. Let me say that again. It's a new generation of Christianity, of spiritual warriors that have to deal with consistent witchcraft. People that act like they're going to just play in your face and on a whole nother level. People that act like they're going to play in your face on a whole nother level. So then there's a whole different response from the old school of Christianity. With old enemies that wouldn't play in your face like it's a video game. They playing in our face like it's a video game. Okay, so you don't think God see that? So what happens is we become like soldiers of old, like David times, where we have to go into spiritual warfare and fight against human beings. I'm telling you what I know. See, this is how the prophet has always been. I'm always ahead of everybody. And then everybody like, yeah, we should have been like him. We should have been like him just a little while ago. And we should have been doing this a long time ago. That's why I don't pay people no attention, because I know some people ain't facing real wars, physical wars with Christians. I mean, with witchcraft people and all kind of different people. You're not facing real wars. Okay, so it's easy for you to talk about not wishing bad on people because you ain't going through no real wars. See, when we go into war is not wishing bad on a person. That's 7 hour. War is not wishing bad on a person. Is war wishing bad on a person? When you at war, are you wishing bad on a person? Well, I think that's an understatement. Actually, I'm doing more than wishing bad on you, buddy. I want you destroyed and defeated. I want you destroyed and defeated. I went beyond that. and listen, we know that, don't we? I done went beyond wishing bad on you. Because, see, that's what they try to put in your family spirit. See, with the gang stalkers and these dumb Freemasons and these dumb Illuminati members, what they'll do is try to infiltrate the culture and what your families listen to, and they'll put sound bites in their head against you. Against what you doing. Against what we doing in this spiritual war, like we working witchcraft. No, we not working witchcraft, buddy. You can go to the book of Psalms where David hated his enemies. I can show you all type of scriptures. It's just that you got to be willing to relearn and re-educate yourself and admit that the type of Christianity you was given wasn't the right thing. And that's going to be hard for people because the Christianity runs deep, even in your own family and your family traditions. So it's hard for you to get beyond your grandmother's kind of Christianity, where she might tell you, well, I don't wish bad on nobody. That's your grandmother. That's the world she lived in. Don't you realize it's a different world every generation? Every generation faces a different world. Every generation faces a different world, bro. So it's the same thing with Christianity. You facing a whole different world of homosexuals and lesbians that's using witchcraft. That's the main ones using it. We ain't stupid. Homosexuals the main one using witchcraft. Lesbians the main one using witchcraft. Because they can't access the spiritual world with God. So what they gonna do? They gonna go to witchcraft so they can access the spiritual world and get prosperity and get material things and protect themselves, because they know as I'm living as a homosexual, I don't have no protection. So I ain't gonna act like a smart A homosexual gonna say, I ain't gonna act like I'm a Christian. I'm gonna go over here and get access to the spiritual world. A lesbian that's smart say, I ain't gonna act like I'm a Christian. I'm gonna go over here and get access to the spiritual world. Real access. I ain't gonna act like I'm a Christian. And I know I ain't got no access to God. I know I ain't got no access to angels. I know I ain't got no access to God's blessings. So you get my point. You get my, as opposed to you in right standing with God. All you gotta do is clean up a little bit. You married, you a heterosexual. All you gotta do is repent, clean up, and get yourself, put on some cologne, you know what I'm saying? Get your word, read your word, get your little coffee, get in there, get your, that's all you gotta do. They gotta access the spiritual world, and they gonna do it through witchcraft. So if you're wondering why the new generation use witchcraft so much, because they can't access the spiritual world. Because they homosexuals and lesbians and bisexuals. And they smart enough to know they can't access the spiritual world, buddy. That's how we know they using it. How long you gonna sit back and see that spirituality is the only way you can really ultimately control your destiny? But then you ain't gonna how you gonna work spirituality? How you gonna work it? You have to go over there to the spiritual. You have to go into witchcraft. That's why we know half these people that's in witchcraft are homosexuals and lesbians, because that's the main ones over there. Makes sense? They the main ones over there. People that can't access the spiritual realm through Christ Jesus, then what they gonna do? So it's not just a matter of loving the devil, it's a matter of spiritual access. So that they can access the spiritual world. You see what I'm saying? So that's how we know they the main ones over there. Because they can't access the spiritual world on this side. You see what I'm saying? Okay, so you understand the reason why we pointing out them more than anybody else. Because they're going to be over there because they can't access the spiritual world through Christ Jesus. So where they going to go? Just sit on the sidelines and know the spiritual world is real, but you can't access it with God. So then what you going to do? They're going to go access the spiritual world through witchcraft. That's why I can tell you plain and simple what's going on. Okay, so they got to work with the satanic kingdom. It's not easy. It's never easy. And so they going to work with the satanic kingdom against us. Satan give them something to do. You understand, right? Okay, so it's a lot of black people using witchcraft. You got to come to terms with that. That's the main ones using it, and they ain't pulling no wool over my eyes. Because, see, I don't go by color, unlike these other Christian black people. I don't go by color, I go by spirit. That's how you know I ain't racist. I go by spirit. And I know you using witchcraft. I know you using telepathy, psychic power, and divination. I know you using all of that. Yeah. And I don't care if you black. I don't care if you Kunta Kinte's long lost nephew. I don't care if you Kunta Kinte's long lost niece. You using witchcraft. And that's all I'm talking about. And the Bible says, suffer not a witch to live. It's that simple. See, when people talk like me, we are in war, right? Every Christian is not in the war that we in. Do you follow me? All Christians ain't in no spiritual war with witches and warlocks. No, they not. No, they're not. When they become consistent, God goes to war against those specific people. Those who are pacific against us. God goes to war with those people specifically. Now, if you stuck in general, what you should do with human beings, you're not going to address this properly. Because you're going to think about how I should love my fellow man, how I should treat my fellow man. This is not what this is. These are people that's formed against us. These are people who put themselves in front of us like it's a game, right? That's not our fellow man. You get the difference. You understand the difference. Okay. So you have to become aware of the difference between your fellow man and people out here in the streets, and the world has become evil, right? And these people are not your fellow man no more, which means they have formed against you. And now the time has come again that God's people go to war with human beings. I can prove it all with the Bible. That's all I got to do. So it's not a matter of wishing ill on people or wishing bad on people. That's what black people say. No, I don't wish bad on nobody. It sounds good. Until you in the last days with witchcraft people, with these cartoon people that's from the internet, like they done bounced out the internet. They done bounced out the internet, ain't they? Like a kid commercial, balls and bouncing out the they done bounced out the internet, ain't you? You done bounced out the internet, ain't you? They done bounced out the internet, bruh. Listen, man, let me tell you something. God knew what he was doing when he chose me to handle you. Because I'm not going to play no bouncing balls and bouncing out and bouncing around games. I'm not bouncing around with you, buddy. I'm not bouncing around with you. Okay, yeah, that's how you got this far with these other Christians. Because they in the black culture talking about I don't wish bad on nobody. I don't care about how people feel. It's wartime. How about that? Well, I ain't even think about wishing bad on per se. I'm not worried about that. I'm thinking about wartime. And some people have never been in a real war. Once they have consistently went against us week after week, it's a war. It's not a normal situation. So you might not be able to differentiate enemies in the Bible with war. There's different categories of different situations. And if you don't know what you're talking about, then please don't classify no situations. Don't classify situations and you don't know what you're talking about. This is a war. We classify this as a war. Okay, now if you classify this as they get to play with us, but we don't wish bad on them. Listen, buddy, you fooling yourself. You lying to yourself. If you think we gonna sit back and we supposed to sit back and they can play games with us. Yeah, it's a lie. It's a lie. Like God want us to sit back and let them play with us. But we don't wish bad on them. You just listen, the truth is you just haven't been in my situation. That's the truth. Okay, you might have dealt with some people kind of hating on you a little bit. That's real. That's how much you just went through. I went through a whole full blown out war, right? Right, and we know that. So then we're beyond me wishing ill on people or bad on people. That's an understatement. They need to be destroyed. Okay, anybody disagree with that? Okay then. So then it's not a matter of even wishing bad on people. I don't never think in terms of that. The truth is, man, they depend on your docile Christianity for them to survive. That's why God sent somebody like me, because I'm not gonna play with these people. I stay armed physically and spiritually. If people want it physically, I keep it. You understand? And that's for men, women, and children. That's for men, women, and children. You run up on me just right, buddy. Listen. See what happened to you. That's for women too. I don't play. I'm not. Listen. You run up on me the wrong way, you're going to get your neck snapped like a piece of chicken. Like some chicken wings. You know how you snap back chicken wings? That's how your neck going to get snapped. Listen, because they playing games. That's all I'm saying. That's what it is. I mean, what else you want me to say? Oh, you want me to be a good little slave Negro and just let them go? I'm sorry, buddy. I'm the next generation of Christianity. I'm the next generation of a black man. And I'm the next generation of America. There's no way in the world I'm going to sit up and play with people. And I know, I'm not ignorant of God's word. These people going to suffer. They going to die for what they've done. We just waiting for it. It's already in effect. It's already going down and everybody know. So then what that mean? I'm right. I don't got power over God. God did this to you. I don't have power to do something over God's head. I'm a servant of God. I'm not God. I'm not a God. Okay? I'm a servant of God. Okay, so then if you play with God's kingdom and God goes against you, why are you blaming the servant? God is against you, buddy. I don't care nothing about what they talking about, man. I stay in the real world. God is against you. And that's it. That's all there is to it. As Americans, God is against you. And you could think I'm wishing bad. Okay, wishing bad. Okay, you see how retarded that sounds as opposed to God is against you. God is against you, but you talking about I'm wishing bad. You see what I'm talking about? I'm wishing bad, but God is against you. That's the reality. That's all it is to it. It's nothing. It's no way around it. Black people not getting out of this for free. No, you're not. No, you're not. I'm sorry. You couldn't get me. You couldn't control me. I'm not saying you control the other people in my family, but you couldn't control me. How I see it is this. You play with God's people and black people gonna suffer just like everybody else. It's called spiritual reciprocity. It's called karma. It's called karma. That's what it's called. And it ain't too long you can hold on before karma come on down the road. Karma gonna come on down the road, buddy. It is. It's gonna come on down the road just like a bus, like a Greyhound bus. That Greyhound bus might take it might delay a little bit. It might take another, it might have a little but that Greyhound it's coming down the road. That karma's already on the road, buddy. It's already on the road. That bus is coming whether you like it or not. You might as well prepare a spot because it's coming. You might as well designate a parking spot because that bus is coming. You might as well get ready for it, buddy. It's coming. And see, this side right here, we the special Green Beret Christian spiritual warfare soldiers. We like Green Beret, Marines, all that, Navy SEALs, I'm all of that in the spiritual world. And I know that these good church folks don't fight back. And that's ignorance that they don't fight back. I do. God ain't made no animal. You look how God made the animals. Did God make most of the animals not to be able to fight back? All animals can fight back. So why would he make human beings where they can't fight back? Think about it. Where God in his infinite wisdom wouldn't think that you would have to fight other human beings. You don't think God in his infinite wisdom know you might have to fight human beings? That's the 7th hour. You don't think God knows in his infinite wisdom you would have to fight other human beings? When man has free will, that's what I'm talking about. You don't think God in his infinite wisdom would think that maybe his own people might be opposed by human beings? Think about that. In God's infinite wisdom, you don't think he would ever think that man can use his free will to fight human beings? When it's in the Bible with Cain and Abel. Cain used his free will to kill Abel. Did God protect Abel? Well, I'm not being funny. Abel died. God did not protect Abel from dying. He died. And this is not against God. I'm not saying this against God in any way. But what I'm saying is there's a conflict between good and evil between human beings. Cain killed Abel. That if you don't get wisdom from that as a Christian, I don't know what else to tell you. Because Abel died. God did not protect Abel. He died. My point is, these little prayers and stuff you're doing, you might want to get some guns. You might want to get some weapons. You might want to arm yourself at the same time. You know what I'm saying? No disrespect. No disrespect, though. I'm not saying nothing against prayer, but use wisdom. I stay strapped. Nobody don't want it with me, bro. They don't want it. That's a game. That's a they know they can't really get close to me. They know they can't try me straight in the face. Come on. You can't try me straight in the face. Ain't nobody done it in the country. Ain't nobody in America try me straight up in the face. Like straight up. No games, not trying to come in and fight for somebody else, some little weird, strange stuff. Just straight up you. Right? You know, where I don't have no confusion. Man, nobody ain't tried me like that, bro. Nobody ain't tried me like that. I've been to coast, man. Ain't nobody tried me. You need to hear that. Ain't nobody tried me. I done been through Brooklyn. Ain't nobody tried me. I've been out there all types of night. Ain't nobody tried me. I ain't been in this building. I've been on Utica. I was right there on Utica. Ain't nobody tried me on Utica. Right or wrong? Okay then. So listen, what you think you playing with? That's for the females in here. I've been on Utica. That's why I act like this. Cause I take this same attitude outside, man. Now imagine me being a sucker in here. Think about what I'm saying. Imagine me being a sucker in here and I'm out there checking people on Utica in real time. Oh, go ask. I'm pretty sure they told you. I done checked me a couple people around here. Yeah, buddy, I'm a real lion, buddy. So what you think my behavior gonna be like in here? Oh, you think I'm fake. See, that's why you think it's fake. It's so real. It's so hard. I go out there and check people. Go ask, man. Go ask about it. So then imagine me playing with people in here. That's anybody. Staff, anybody. Anybody. Okay? I check people on the streets. Don't doubt me, doubt yourself, sucker. Because you didn't know nothing about your country, marrying children. That's why you doubt yourself. Don't doubt me, doubt yourself. Why you didn't know? Why you didn't know? Y'all was marrying children. How come you ain't know? Man, come on, stop playing with me, bruh. Stop playing with me, bruh. Listen, man. Man, get yourself together, man. You ain't even know your country was marrying children, bruh. Get yourself together. Put some water on your face, man. Put some water on your face. Go put some water on your face, man. Get yourself together. Put some cold water on your face. Put some ice cold water on your face, man. Get yourself together, man. Put a cup of tea on your face. Put a cup of tea on your face, man. Get yourself together. Put a cup of tea on your face, man. Come on, man. Get yourself together. Hey, man, look, man. Let me tell you something. Bro. You played yourself. You played yourself. Playing with somebody from North Carolina, and all these New Yorkers got family from North Carolina. You should have knew better. Oh, what? Make it make sense. What? How? Huh? I come from where your family come from. You thought you was gonna run over me? Like football, you thought you was gonna run me over? How you feel about that now, buddy? I'm still standing. I say it like Tony Montana. I'm still standing. I'm still standing. I'm still standing. I'm still standing. Yeah. sending money to sending money to Cambodia, the Philippines. I just sent money out there. Cambodia, buddy, Cambodia. Come on, you ain't on that level, buddy. Cambodia. You sending money to Cambodia. They know your name in Cambodia. This is not, yo, New York can't play with that, buddy. That's too much different energy for you. I'm sending money to Egypt. They ain't tell you I'm sending money to Egypt. They ain't tell you I'm sending money to Egypt. Not taking a trip. Sending money to spiritual Christian ministries. That's a whole different level of spirituality, buddy. That's a whole different level of spirituality. I said Egypt with the pyramids. This is not no game, bro. So you can keep that weak philosophy he wished bad on people. I don't care how you feel about it. I don't care how you feel about it. I can go justify everything I'm doing in the Bible, and I can show you that everybody did whatever I did in the Bible. Okay, then. So then you gonna manipulate for your benefit to try to demonize me, talking about I wish bad on people, hoping I feel differently about what I'm doing, and make other people feel differently about what I'm doing. That's what a sucker's supposed to do. You're supposed to try to manipulate, but you can't manipulate me. You can't make me, listen, you can't make me feel different about this situation. And that's all that matters. You can't make me feel like I'm wishing bad. I'm going to war. That's what I'm doing. So you understand the difference between war. That's what you see what I'm talking about? Either you got your head screwed on right or you don't. Like a light bulb. You know how you put a light bulb in, but you ain't really got it in there real good? You got to do it all over again, don't you? You had it like, oh, it's like moving around. What you do? You're going to pull it all the way out and screw it right back in there the right way. Even if you got a screw, you screw a screw in there, it's going in kind of funny. What you going to do? Take it all the way back out. You got to take your head all the way back out, bruh. You got to take your head all the way back out. Because I know when I'm screwed on tight. I'm screwed on tight, buddy. I got my head screwed on tight. Ain't no screws missing in my head. Some people take pride in talking about it's screws loose in their head and their head ain't screwed on tight. That ain't me. Oh, my head screwed on good. To where I can see these wars in the Bible and I know that God will classify a situation as a war and it's not no longer wishing bad on a person. It's beyond that. And you just Jedi mind tricking. You know it's way beyond wishing bad. See, that's in the black community. That's how we came up with morals. Like where, if somebody was against us in the public, at our jobs and different situations, even in our family, we ain't gonna wish bad. But that's an individual. Those are a couple individuals. Now, when you talk about more than 10, 20, 30 people, now it's a different situation where God got to do something for you because he ain't going to let you die. So then what's going to happen? And if they consistently going against you, what's supposed to happen then? The insinuation is it's like you're supposed to die. As opposed to, and they talking about wishing bad on people, but they insinuate you're supposed to die. So then that's what I'm saying. So then what you supposed to do? What you supposed to do? You know what you're supposed to do? I'm going to tell you what you're supposed to do. You are supposed to go to war. And most of these black people that ain't been in the military, a military person will understand this perfectly. A black person that served in the military will understand this perfectly. The only people that don't understand this is people that ain't never been in no real war. That's all it is. As soon as I tell a military person that there's somebody that's being consistent against you, then they gonna tell you need to defend yourself. If it's a whole bunch of black people against you, then what you gonna do? Now wish bad? A military gonna say the same? It's not a matter of wishing bad. You gotta go to war. That's what it is. So maybe you misunderstand my position. My position ain't no wishing bad. My position is going to war. That's why it's not going to stop. And you know that it calls for this. This situation calls for what? Oh, me to love you and forgive you. And you've been following me from state to state, from California to Florida to New York and in North Carolina. But I just supposed to just forgive you. That don't even make common sense. That's not even justice. That's like letting this one group of people do whatever they want and they get, guess what else they get, guys? They get forgiveness on a silver platter. After all they done, they get forgiveness. Guess what they win, folks? Not bad karma. No. They don't get bad karma. Guess what they get? Forgiveness on a silver platter. After all they done, they get forgiveness on a silver platter. That sound right to you? Down smell right. That don't, come on, hold up. That don't smell right, bruh. They do all this stuff to you from state to state. I'm talking about me. I went from California to Florida to North Carolina to New York. They did all this stuff against me. And they get forgiveness on the silver platter. That don't sound right, do it? No, it don't, buddy. Listen, if you think about that just as it is, these people follow me from California all the way to New York. You think it's a matter of forgiveness, or I'm wishing bad on them by playing my position with people following me around from California to New York? Do you think it's a matter of me wishing bad on them? You think I'm wishing bad on America? And they don't follow me from California to Florida to North Carolina to New York. But what I'm doing is wishing bad on them. That's how you define what I'm doing. You define what I'm doing as wishing bad on them, and they don't follow me from California to New York to Florida to North Carolina. But so my position is wishing bad. That's how you define it. After all you heard of them following me around to California to New York and North Carolina, you define what I'm doing as wishing bad. See, bro? See what I'm talking about? That's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking about, buddy. That's the problem. The problem is, buddy, you ain't had no experience in this situation. You don't have no experience. So I gotta ride with God in His Word. See, when you don't got nobody that went through what you went through, because you got that unique spiritual warfare, like how the real servants of God got in the Bible, where each servant got their own unique spiritual warfare situation. When you got your own unique spiritual warfare situation where it ain't no reference point for these black folks to point to, okay, you got to get the word on it. You got to go in there and get that word. When you don't see nobody in this community worthy even put their mouth on this situation, because they ain't been through it, so how they going to tell you what to do? How they going to tell you what to do when they ain't been through it? Huh? Who gonna respect them talking out, and who gonna really respect what? And you been followed from California to Florida to North Carolina to New York. Who gonna listen to somebody just standing still, just standing there, sitting there? Who gonna listen to that guy? So then you gotta ride alone, bruh. You don't got a reference point. I don't got a reference point. My reference point is the Bible. That's the 7th hour. My reference point is the Bible. Which means I'm not going to look at it like these black folks, where they think I'm wishing bad on somebody. No, you ain't got no reference point for this situation to even put your mouth on it. Well, show me somebody that been through it like I have. You ain't been through it. Oh, so who else went through it like me? With these black folks playing with my name. These Americans playing with my name. Show me somebody else that been through it. That's all I'm asking. Show me somebody been through it. So then, when it comes to me seeing you, Not you talking to these other folks about what I'm doing. When you actually get to talk to me, you gonna realize you played yourself. You thought your way was the right way and that people would see it your way, and now they starting to see it my way. Well, yeah. Okay? They came out here playing with me. They thought I was gonna lose. They thought people were gonna look at it like I'm a bad person, and now people don't. People don't look at it like I'm a bad person. You defended yourself. Florida would call it standing your ground. You stand your ground against these niggas. That's what Florida gonna tell you. Stand your ground against these niggas. In the racist context and in the black context. Stand your ground against these niggas. In the racist context and in the black context. That's what they gonna tell you. Stand your ground against these niggas. And that's what I'm gonna do. You got the right to stand your ground. And you take it up further as you gotta take it up. Okay. It stand your ground applies to when these niggas out here playing in the streets. And it applies if it's a million niggas. Don't the same principle apply? Oh, so if it's more people, it don't apply. Stand your ground as a principle doesn't apply if it's too many people. Well, that's because you think you can't win and you can't do nothing about it. You haven't even went that far because you ain't even go that far because you wouldn't even know what to do. Okay, so look, let me tell you something. That's back to saying you ain't got a reference point. The principle of stand your ground applies in no matter how many people it is. And guess what? It don't matter what color they are either. Just in case you thought you being white or black was going to get you a pass. Listen, we don't care nothing about that, buddy. I don't care nothing about your culture that backs you. I don't care nothing about black people that back you or white people that back you. If you're black, I don't care nothing about it. You did what you did, right? Okay, I get to stand my ground. And guess what? We don't look at it like I'm a bad person because I'm standing my ground. Anybody look at it like I'm a bad person standing my ground? Standing my ground. Standing my grar. Standing my grar. Put an R on it. Put an R on everything in 2026. Standing my grar. I'm standing my grar. You think it's a... I'm standing my grar. Is that a problem? Anybody got a problem with me standing my grar? I'm standing my grar, man. That's what it is. I'm standing my ground, man. I'm gonna stand my ground. I'm gonna stand my grind. Say it like in the South, I'm gonna stand my grind. That sounds like grind, like hustle, grind to you. In the South, I'm standing my grind. That's right. It's called stand your ground, buddy. And I don't care if you think people call whatever they feel. They gonna only say that when you're winning. When you winning now, they talking about you that you wish evil or you wish bad. Cause I'm winning. You wouldn't care if I wasn't winning what I wish, would you? Well, he ain't doing nothing, so we don't care what he doing. That part. It ain't nothing working, ain't nothing happening. Oh, when you start winning, he wishing bad on us. Well, it's more evident, isn't it? Well, it's more evident because something happening to you, ain't it? It's getting funky around here, ain't it? It's getting funky out there, ain't it? Like old mustard, it's getting funky out there, ain't it? It's getting funky out there, ain't it? It's getting funky out there, right? Hey, man, listen, I told you, bro. I told you. I got my head screwed on tight. For those other Christians, you might can manipulate them and make them feel like they wishing bad. Man, I'm cursing you until you out of here. You understand me? You wish curses on me, I wish curses on you, buddy. Let's talk about wishing bad. You wish bad on us. We want bad things to happen to you, sucker. That's common sense. Some people get away from common sense. You become a Christian and lose common sense. Okay, what you gonna do? Let them eat you alive like a little deer? I'm not me. Not me, buddy. You play in my lane. Listen, you play me for retarded. You play me for stupid if you want to. But I'm winning my wars. Everybody know my head is in the right place. My head screwed on right. Because I'm pushing through everything, the enemy, every single thing, bro. Everything. Everything. I'm telling you right now. You play in my lane, I'm spanking you every time. I'm going to spank you every time you play. I'm talking about every little move you make. And that includes in this building. Anything you do in this building. Like this the Mickey Mouse Club. This ain't the Mickey Mouse Club. You play in my lane in this building, I'm going to spank your whole community. That's how you do it. You don't sit up and let these suckers in here play with you. That's real. It's just another generation of warfare, man. That's all it is. It's the last generation. You can say it's close to the last generation. We'll put it like that. It's close to the last generation of spiritual warfare, bro. And now people back using witchcraft rampantly in this community. That's what it is. Okay, so then what we gonna do? We're going to go into spiritual warfare. Because I know what I'm dealing with. And the same Christians, they so docile, they'll just let people kill them. No, let's just start saying it how it is. We think, you know what I think? I think you will let people kill you. I think you would just go ahead and let people kill you like you're a little deer. Like you're a little cattle, like you're a little livestock. You just let people go ahead and kill you. I mean, I'm really starting to believe that. Because you have no response. You don't think in the world. You see what I'm talking about? You don't think in the world you would ever have to have a response. So then what happens to you in these evil, wicked times? Where people are using their free will like more than ever. No different than Cain, no different than all these other people that did stuff. They use their free will, right? People using their free will to do evil all the time. Okay, so what's going to happen to somebody like you that just think you're not going to have any response? You're just going to love people. You're never going to do nothing to people. You're never going to defend yourself. What's going to happen to those type of people? Now you see what I'm talking about? It's common sense. See, a man understands this better. You know how a man understands it better? If you got a family, you ain't going to defend your family. Now you see what I'm saying? You got 2 little daughters. You got 3 daughters. You ain't gonna fiercely defend your 3 daughters and tear the face off a man for your daughter. You would tear the face off a man, buddy, and make a mask out of his face. And wear his face as a mask, buddy. That's what you'll do. You would tear it off and put a string on it and wear his face as a mask. Put a string on it, put a little string on it in the back. Put a rubber band on it, yeah, just staple it right there. Staple it on the skin on both sides. Snap it in the back, there it goes, snapped in the back, there it go. You gonna wear his face as a mask if he tries to do anything to your family. And if you ain't built like that, you ain't built to have no family. No woman don't feel secure with a man that won't tear somebody's face off. Okay? That's common sense. You got a beautiful woman, man, everybody want to have sex with her. You got to be a dangerous man to have a beautiful woman. Okay, you think I'm playing. Listen, hey, I'm telling you the world you live in, bruh. I'm telling you the world you live in. If you got a beautiful woman, man, all these dudes looking at that woman. You know what I'm saying? You gotta almost be ready to kill. She see the boyfriend, she see the husband, he look crazy. Oh, they back up then. Oh, okay, how you doing? Yeah, see the husband look crazy, don't he? Husband look like he'll catch a body, don't he? You can't have no beautiful woman if you got a nice body, everything. These dudes crazy out here. Somebody might be stalking her. What you gonna do? Man, listen, man, you know what time it is, bruh. You catch a dude slipping, stalking your wife. You catch him in your backyard, what you gonna do? You seen him around the way, then all of a sudden you see him in the backyard. What you gonna do? Man, bro, you ready to kick? Man, listen, bruh. You gonna handle your business. You know what I'm saying? You gonna handle your business, bruh. You can't, listen, that's how you know I'm in the real world. I talk about real stuff. You can't have no woman and you ain't willing to kill somebody over that woman. You gotta be ready to catch a body. You got some kids, you ain't ready to catch a body for them. You ain't ready to catch a body for your kids. You ain't ready to kill somebody out here if they playing with your kids. Listen, buddy, you can't even have nothing of you can't have nothing of value. You can't have nothing of value if you ain't ready to kill for it. Nothing. Everything you got of value, you got to be willing to kill for it. Kill. See, some of y'all ain't real men. That's why you couldn't get the best woman. No, you couldn't, buddy. You think she gonna choose a wimp that won't kill for her and tear a dude's face off and wear it as a mask for the next Valentine's Day? Well, yeah, I'm gonna wear this dude's mask, this face. Remember that guy? Oh, you're so thoughtful. You wore the guy's face that you tore off that other time, that other month, the other day. Whenever it happened. You're so thoughtful. My sweet savage. My sweet savage. Now you're a sweet savage. Can't be serious. You gotta be willing to tear people's face off, bruh. If you got a family. So how you gonna act, as a Christian, how you gonna act like we don't fight against flesh and blood? Hey, so you don't think about defending your wife and your kids if somebody come in your house. I'm gonna give you a story of this preacher. This is a real story. This preacher did not have a gun. He had no weapons. This is a real story. This is a true story. This preacher was a nice, docile, good man. He had no guns, no arms, no weapons. Somebody broke in his house and raped his wife. And there was nothing he could do about it. That man, that same preacher, says he wish he would have had a gun. He wish he would have had a gun. Now he done had a change of heart when somebody done put penis in his wife. And that's in your mind as a man. For every man got an ego. Now every time you make love to your wife, you got to think about another man done had sex with her and how did it feel to her. Because that's what a man gonna think. That's your ego. You gonna think about how it was, how you don't want to ever ask her. But you ain't gonna never have the proper closure. Come on, you don't want to be, see, you ain't real. You wondering if she had an orgasm. Even though you hate the fact she got raped, you as a man, you gonna have all these other thoughts. Did she have an orgasm? Did he have an orgasm in her? Even if she's beyond bearing kid years, did he have an orgasm in her? These are the thoughts that's going to cross your mind as a man. You listen, a real man, listen, buddy, it is what it is. You built like a lion. You're built like a beast. This man regrets not having a gun, a preacher, a Christian. Somebody came in his house and raped his wife. Once I heard this story on the radio, this was on the radio. That's what made it like everybody was hearing this story. And I'm like listening to this story, man, like 5 years ago. I heard this story 5 years ago. Once I heard this story, bro, that settled it for me, bro. That settled it for me. That really, that hit different for me. That changed my whole life and my understanding, because he was a Christian. One of them good Christians that probably think he gonna pray over the house and ain't nobody gonna step in the house, but they did. That's what I'm saying. I'm not saying God ain't real, but the bottom line is somehow somebody came in his house and raped his wife. Ain't nothing he can do about it. Put penis in his wife and everything. It's done. You gotta live with the fact that it might have been, it gave her some type of good feeling. You don't, listen, think about it. She might have fantasies about this now. You don't know. You don't know. But I'm the one crazy. Nah, listen, buddy. Y'all play psychological games and I don't. You made the world out of cartoons and video games, and I stayed in the real world. So who's in the Matrix? I'm in the real world, buddy. Somebody in the real world you can't ever put me in the Matrix. I'm gonna bust out of it every time with being in the real world. Listen, I'm gonna go by real results to show who I am. Oh, you think I'm crazy? You think I'm retarded? Look at the information I'm talking about. Y'all marrying children as Americans. Why y'all didn't know about it? Okay, but you're not retarded. Nothing's wrong with you. But you didn't know your country was marrying children. That stinks, don't it? It stinks when you don't know your country's marrying children. But you claim to be a competent man. You claim to be a competent man, don't you? You're a competent stallion, ain't you? You're a competent stallion. You're a competent stallion, ain't you? You a competent stallion, ain't you? You a competent stallion, ain't you? You a competent stallion. Look, bro. Look. Y'all didn't even know what your country was doing. But you questioned my competency. See, I just applied myself to God's kingdom. That's all. I just applied myself to something that men don't do. I didn't go after what other men went after. And because I didn't do that, you'll say all kind of crazy stuff about me. That's okay. That's what comes with the territory. That's what comes with the territory. Of being a true servant of God. I'm going to dedicate myself to God, and you're going to think all kind of crazy stuff. Okay? That's what it comes with the territory. But at the same time, I proved to be very normal. Which sometimes many servants of God don't get to prove to be as normal as I proved to be. They don't get to prove to be as normal as I proved to be. Oh, I proved to be very normal. That's why the war is up. Because God is looking at it like he proved to be very normal. Okay then, so then you just think you just want to go to war with me. Okay, then don't act like it's something else. Let's just call it what it is. For whatever reason, you just want to go to war with me, right? With me. Okay, we can do it then. That's it. There ain't nothing else to it. You ain't got to talk no more. You ain't got to talk no more. You ain't gotta say nothing. No, you ain't gotta yap and open your big old mouth, ghetto mouth, open up. You ain't gotta say none of that. You ain't gotta do none of that no more. Just settle it. You wanna go to war? We can go to war. Okay, stop being a sucker. Stop being a punk. Just say what you feel. Stop trying to Jedi mind trick when it don't make sense. Everybody done seen it ain't nothing left but war, because everybody done seen I'm real. Everybody done seen I'm pure. Everybody done seen I had a woman. I like women. So it ain't nothing else to see. Ain't nothing else but war left. And I'm already on it, as you can see. Man, listen, I done went to the whole world. I done went to Taiwan. I done sent money to Taiwan, Egypt, India, Africa, South America, Europe. I'm everywhere. I'm everywhere, bro. And you caused it to be like this. Okay, so it's just understanding, man. I'm not your play toy, and we taking care of this. And that's that, bro. That's that. I'm not your plaything. I'm not your play toy. We going to war, and that's what we doing. It's that simple. Okay, you lames, bro. You out there talking and manipulating, but you, as you stand, are nothing. You got to go do some other stuff. I don't have to do some other stuff. I just get down to business. I just go to war and it's over. I don't have to go out there and talk to the community and all of that. You know what I mean? You going out there talking to the community. I ain't got to do that. Them suckers, man. You know what I'm saying? They got to go talk to the community. You got to go talk to the community. Listen, that's what got you in this situation. Going out there talking to the people and everything, playing around the people. Now you're trying to come back and make it make sense. Now you're trying to coordinate with my situation. You're trying to coordinate with me because you look tacky. You look tacky, like we say in the South. You look tacky when it come to me. I'm totally real over here, man. You can't coordinate with me. You playing yourself, buddy. You know that. You know that. That's why it's better for you not to talk. You even open your mouth, man. People gonna compare what you talk about compared to me, man. You gonna look like a lame all day. I got the best money conversation on my mind. I'm sending money all over the country, and I don't care about philosophies of love. When people are playing games, you can't use the philosophy of love to kill me. You know what I'm saying? Because God is waiting right here for anybody that try to act like, well, for our children, we'll do anything. And for God's children, he'll do anything. You can't use that. Oh, for our children, we'll kill this person. No, you won't. See, that's all these people trying to do is rev them up for some cause, right? It's not going to work, buddy, because before that happens, God's been going, which he's already doing, he's going to attack your community and destroy this community. It's not a game. I'm going to win. Now, you could have assisted in that win and got my bag. That's what you could have did. That's all there is to it, bro. So I'm just saying, I don't feel like I'm wishing bad on anybody, because I know that's an understatement. That's a lower dynamic, better to say. It's a lower dynamic than what's actually going on. It wouldn't even make sense applied to the situation. Okay, all these people in the country, from California to New York to Florida, I'm wishing bad. I would be wishing bad. You would look at it that way? It doesn't apply because the situation is on another level. It's a lower level dynamic of wishing bad. That's like people here and there that you see, right? And how you feel about it. People at your job and your family, that's what those scenarios are. See, there's different types of enemies. There's a whole spectrum of enemies. And you have to know what type of enemy these enemies are. All enemies are not created equal. All enemies are not created equal, right? Okay, so there are enemies that are not a threat at your job. And you're supposed to walk out the nature of Christ to these people at your job. Then there are enemies on the spectrum of enemies that have armed guns that are a threat against your life. And what you think God wants you to do in that situation? Glory to his name. What you think he wants you to do in that situation? Love on these people. God wants you to love on them. Come on, stop playing, bro. That's all you want. All you got to do is come back to the real world and stop being brainwashed. You got different enemies on the spectrum of enemies. There's a whole bunch of different types of enemies. And you have to discern what type of enemy you're dealing with and what to apply. Boy, that's good. That's 7 out. That's what your problem is. You don't know how to differentiate and discern the different enemies on the spectrum of enemies. All enemies are not created equal because different enemies can do different stuff to you. You got enemies on your job, and they are a threat against your job. You might have even collective enemies, racist white people. Okay? And then you got armed people. You got maybe you got gay people that hate you because you talk about gay marriage and you as a Christian. And you have to discern what type of enemies you're dealing with. What type of enemy is this? Is this somebody that I supposed to show my walk for God, with my walk with God with? Or is this an enemy that I don't supposed to interact with? These are armed people. See, the truth is the American church has no experience with real physical enemies. That's the truth. That's just what it is. To where you can't discern what to do. When you have physical enemies that's armed and that are consistently in your life, them people supposed to be destroyed. That's it. That's all, bro. It ain't supposed to be no lingering around. No. I'm not that type of person. We got to take care of you. And I try, listen, bro, whatever you think you are, you're not built like that, bro. Ain't nobody holding you back. I never held you back. And every time I need to be out there, I'm out there. So you can't say I'm scared. I'm out there every time. If I was scared, I'd be coming out in the daytime with my EBT. I wouldn't wait till it hit at nighttime. Think about it. No, you wouldn't. I don't trust in no police. I don't trust in Utica Boulevard to be safe. I don't trust in that. I trust in God, buddy. But I'm saying that, you can't say I'm scared. I'm out there. I'm out there every time I need to be. I show my face soon as and when I need to, when I get money and when I get food, like a real one. The only time you're gonna see me when I get money and food, buddy. That's it. That's why I can't get on old school religion and even women's religion where you love everybody. That's you. That's you. I'm a man. I'm at war. I'm built to go to war. I'm built to discern war maybe a little better than a woman. That's the 7 hour. Well, maybe I can discern war a little better in spirituality than a woman in Christianity. In Christianity, some of these women gonna just love on people. You feel me? A man gonna know with a consistent enemy, it's time to go to war. Okay? That's what time it is. A woman gonna love of women Christianity is gonna be geared to love everybody. That's why you got to eat the meat and spit out the bones, even from the old school, from your own family. I eat the meat and spit out the bones because I know what my Bible shows me. I know what my Bible shows me, a balance. And if you don't know that balance, that's going to be the matter of life and death. If you don't know the balance in life. You got to know when it's time to kill, when it's time to heal, when it's time to go to war, when it's time to have peace. That's the balance in life. When it's time to love, when it's time to hate. That's the balance. It's not to an extreme of love, 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 and peace. See, listen, all love is an extreme. You love all the time, that's an extreme. You ain't look at it that way, did you? I did. I do look at it that way. I do look at it that way. You ain't look at it that way. It's an extreme. If you talk about love all the time, you talking about helping people, and these people using witchcraft in the last days. A lot of women can be like they really set up to die. They not gonna fight back. You know what I'm saying? And you gotta discern that, right? As opposed to you as a grown man, you see the wars in the Bible. You know what I'm saying? And you know, and women might think it's cute to love each other and love, you know, and it's in this femininity thing in it too, where it's cute to love everybody and love on every. Nah, okay. A man ain't gonna necessarily feel that way. So you might be dealing with a femininity, a Christianity in the femininity form, in the form of femininity, where, you know, to a fault of femininity, where it's femininity to a fault, where, you know, you're just loving on everybody, loving these people, and these people got nothing but hate. Want to see you dead. Gang stalking. And you might think it's cute to love these people. You might think that's cute. I don't think in terms of what is cute in these situations. These people won't get war, they get what they want. That's simple as that. That's how you know I'm 100. There ain't no way in the world I'm not. I'm sending money to Cambodia, Colombia. I got money on going to California. It'll be there in a couple days. It's on its way to Cali right now. I got money on my way to California. I keep my connections in California live. I keep my connections in Colombia live. I done send money to Africa. I'm not sweating at all, bro. I mean, I'm really, I'm in a better mood than it may seem like. Because a boss man got to address issues. I'm a boss man. I got to address these issues, right? I got to address these issues. So, but I'm in a great mood, man. I'm putting money all over the world. I put money in the Philippines, Colombia, West California, where else? The Treme down in New Orleans. Yeah, but you just waiting for a contract. You trying to find a mold in me, something wrong with me, something arrogant, something prideful. I know that. Don't worry about that, buddy. I'm at war right now. Don't worry about my pride. Don't worry about that. I belong to my master. I don't belong to you. See, some people think a preacher belongs to the community. You don't do nothing for me. I'm a preacher you don't do nothing for. I don't belong to you. I belong to God. Let's get that understood. People sit back like your opinion. Man, listen, I'll confront your mother. I'll confront your mother. I'll check your mother. That's what a preacher do. You know what a preacher do? A preacher will check your mother. You understand me? I'll check your mama. Hey, a preacher tell you that, yo, I check your mama. Let her say something to me. What a preacher gonna do? A preacher, somebody coming up to a preacher? Think about that part. I check your mama. Let alone you. And ain't scared what come with it or nothing. Ain't scared of what, cause if you 100, listen, you could be a bozo out here for your mother or not. Like, listen, she step out here saying something out of pocket. I'ma check anybody. I gotta check. You think I'm playing? If it applies, I definitely will. Now, will I be one of these dudes that just steal off and hitting these women in the head, in the face, and get shot out here? You ain't gonna see me make those kind of mistakes. You thought you would, didn't you? Man, you ain't gonna see me listen. I got way more discipline than you ever will have. And how we know? All I've been through. And I don't get enough credit for all the discipline. You don't think it's discipline, do you? You know how much strength it takes for me to respond like this? You wouldn't understand because you a sucker. Listen, you know how much strength it takes for me to be like this instead of hurting somebody? See, you didn't think I was capable of it, man. You don't know the strength a person have till you know what they're capable of. I'm capable of hurting you. That's what I'm doing. I'm capable of. The fact that I'm not doing it, you know how much strength it takes? These little lames in this building, these lame people and staff, these lame suckers. And that includes the women, these old lame suckers. You know how much strength it takes for me not to challenge these people like I should. These old lame suckers. I can come look. The old me on a lower level, I would have been went and checked all these people. I come look them in their face and see what they want. I'm dead serious. I come look them in their face and see what they want. I don't even worry about it now. Because they not worth it. You're not worth it. Literally. You're not worth my time. You're not worth my energy. You're not worth it. That's how you know you're a big dog. Because you start realizing, hold up. Nah, that ain't worth it. But I'll check somebody if I got to. Or worse. But for me to really pursue it, it's not worth it. If it come at me just right, you know what I mean? But for me to really pursue it, nah, it's not worth it. They not about that life. It ain't gonna be nothing to it. You know what I'm saying? They gonna act like they gonna play stupid. You know, that part, and we know that, don't we? Okay, cause see, I done been through this so many times, I know what I'm talking about. I know exactly what I'm talking about, man. That if you go challenge it, they gonna act like you crazy and ain't nothing going on, and they ain't saying nothing, they ain't doing nothing to you. You just being you're being delirious. They gonna throw all these terms out there. You're being delirious or something. No, you know you're not. You know what you know after a certain amount of time. You know what I'm saying? They say they know what they know, but you become a better person than they thought with time, right? With time, you became a whole contradiction to what they was talking about. But when you actually say it, see, you really claim all the things they want to claim. See, you realize, okay, you know what you know, and it's true. But they say they know what they know, and it's not true. And nobody's convinced. Okay? It's not a threat to the community, whatever you know. Okay, no, not at face value. Not at face value. It's not a threat at face value. You are a threat to the humanity of America at face value for all the gang stalking, everything you're doing with the gang stalking. You're not built like you acting like you built, bro. That's what I'm saying. That's that cartoon culture stuff. It's not played out. Nicki Minaj ain't on your side no more. She ain't with the gay people no more. Things done changed, man. That's how life is. Nicki Minaj done moved on from the gay community. No more Roman alter ego. Do you remember the Roman alter ego for Nicki Minaj was a little gay dude? That's how people could really put her on blast. See, she trying to play like she all heterosexual now. Man, Nicki Minaj had an alter ego of a gay man. She had an alter ego where she was a gay guy. Roman, wasn't the name Roman? Roman was a little gay dude. That's what she used to say. People can change, I'm just saying. I've changed. You ain't gonna never see me out there with that crowd. Nope. Done too much. And the good thing about my situation, you can't act like you don't understand. You played too many games, buddy. You can't even act like I'm a homophobic person when you play with me. Now, can you? See, that's how good I got it. I got it so good. Ain't no way in the world these gay people can't understand why I don't deal with them. They know why. You know why. It's easy to understand. Okay, so that's how good I got it. You see how good I got it? You see how good I got it? You see how good I got it? Do you see how good I got it? I don't gotta explain nothing to these gay people. You already know what it is. You know what you did. Okay then, so then you already, so then ain't no conversation about it? No, ain't no conversation. You know what time it is, man. It's logical. It's logical, man. It's logical. It's logical. It's common sense. You already know what time it is. You know what I'm saying? So I'm just minding my business and letting God take care of it, which makes my situation even cleaner. You know, I'm letting God take care of it. You would think I'm out here spinning the block the way they acting. You know what I'm saying? You would think I'm out here, you know what I mean, riding on people, robbing people, doing 211s. You would think I'm out here doing 211s, wouldn't you? Yeah. You would think I'm doing 211s out here in the community. The way that's how the energy is. Because they clowns. They clowns. My enemy's spoiled. There ain't nobody even doing nothing to them physically. What I'm doing to them physically. You would act like I'm spinning the block. It would seem like I'm spinning the block, would it? You would think I'm spinning the block. I ain't out here, listen, I ain't out here doing anything. I'm minding my business. I'm staying 100. You know what I'm saying? I keep my ears to the streets just in case you think, because culture people think they the only ones in the streets. But they really ain't in the streets. You know what I mean? I got slang from the streets. I got some of my slang from the streets. Straight from the streets, not from YouTube. I did get some of my slang from hearing what people saying on YouTube, but I got some of my slang from the block, from the streets. You got all your slang from YouTube, didn't you? I got my slang, some of my slang for drugs, from the streets. Like fatty for fentanyl. You ain't even know what's fatty. In California, that's fentanyl. Call it fatty, like confetti, fatty. Like confetti, fatty. Okay, some people, man, that's what I'm saying, man. They take and utilize the street experience totally different. They utilize being homeless totally different. That's just like if Tupac was homeless. How would he utilize it? He gonna come out of it with respect. It's depending on who it is. That's what I'm saying. You let a white boy tell you what, he size it up and tell you what it is and what it's not. I just proved it to you. If somebody like Pac went through the streets, what you think he gonna do? He gonna come out of it with respect. People love him on the streets, everything. All that. So, you know, it's just understanding, man. You can't let these corny people come in and dictate. That's why I keep doing these videos, to make sure these corny white boys out here would never think that their perspective of me is going to be in the air and that it's going to stay in the air. We're going to keep knocking it down, popping like a balloon. We're going to keep popping them balloons. We're going to keep popping them balloons, bro, and making sure you understand, man. Listen, bro. Listen, you didn't know me. You never knew me as Americans. You never knew who I was. Well, if you did, why you in this situation? Make it make sense for us today. For us today. Make it make sense for us today. For us today. If you knew who I was, you wouldn't dare play with me. That's why I carry myself the way I do. I'm a real outlaw. I'm a real outlaw, buddy. And that's based on how your community have treated me. I'm a real outlaw. When you're considered a man that has done something illegal to the community, when you're separated and banished from the community like you did something illegal, that's an outlaw. That's what I am. But I don't brand myself as that. I know God has freed me from that. But I'm just saying that's how your community have treated me. Like an outlaw, you know what I'm saying? I can say I'm more of an outlaw than Tupac ever was. Tupac wasn't no outlaw. To who? And that's no disrespect. I don't try to tarnish people's image legacy, you know, but these aren't all the people you compare me to. These are all the people you jock all the time. You know what I'm saying? And so you know, I feel to use people as a reference to show you my position. You know what I'm saying? And many people would do the same thing. You know, I'm a real outlaw. None of them people was real outlaws. Tupac and them wasn't no outlaws. You know what I'm saying? I really was. And everybody know that. So, you know, this whole community painted me like I was some type of monster or something. Like I done something illegal, but they can't lock me up for it. Okay, but the whole country treating me like that. So that's an outlaw. Especially when the police is involved, and we know they was, these Freemason police. How I'm not a real outlaw? That's all I'm saying. I've lived it. I've lived it from place to place. That's definitely an outlaw. You go from coast to coast, they on the same thing, that's an outlaw. And it don't matter who started it, it's a whole community effort. That's why the whole community must suffer. And that's that, bro. And you know, you stuck on stupid about it? I'm not. You stuck on stupid about it? I'm not, buddy. You know, it's not a matter of wishing bad on people. You get what you deserve in the real world, big baby. That's how it is. That's how it is, little buddy. You play in the real world, that's what you get. I ain't playing. No. They thought I was one of these little secret society people. Walking around, little applehead people walking around. You little appleheads. Bouncing around and all that. I ain't one of them folks, bro. You know what I'm saying? I ain't one of them folks. You know what I'm saying? They came out here playing. Now I'm working with New Orleans. You know what I'm saying? I'm working with New Orleans. You know what I'm saying? In New Orleans and everything. Down there in the Trey community, the Treme community. I'm working down there in the Treme community. You know what I'm saying? That's the oldest African American community in the world. That's the oldest African American community. I done sent money already. I already done sent money, they already done got it. Hey, you got some of these people that's gonna be on Grammy night, they don't know nothing about the Treme community. So you know what I'm saying, you know, it's whatever, bro. It's whatever. I let people call it how they want to call it. But half of the people at the Grammys tomorrow, they don't know nothing about the Treme community in America, which is the oldest African American community. Half of the people that's gonna be at the Grammys don't know what type of African they are, what tribe they come from. These African Americans, listen, go ask Kendrick Lamar what tribe he come from. He African, right? Okay, what tribe of African is Kendrick Lamar? Did he do a DNA test? Do we know what type of African he is? So then you know, people can have these paraphernalias. You know what I'm saying? Even J. Cole, what type of African he is? He did a DNA test. They did a DNA test, but listen, out of one of them, I bet both of them didn't. I just give room that maybe they did, maybe, but maybe they didn't. All I know is half of these rappers ain't done no DNA tests. You can't make them little guys come for me, bro. Like, I'm a prophet of God, bro. I'ma shred through all these images, man, that people project, and I'ma ask the right questions, like they say in California. I'm not born and raised in California, never claimed to be, but I've been around enough to talk about a little bit of things just like that, how I can reference to it. You know what I mean? Like they say in California, I ask the right questions. If you claim to be so pro-black and everything like this, you know, Okay, then, and I'm not hating. You know what I'm saying? Success is success. You know, that's great. But when we look at a certain image that a person is stuck on, then we want, then listen, then the person got to be 100. You know what I'm saying? We're talking about black, that's right up his alley. Talking about this black stuff all the time, that's all I'm saying. Right or wrong? Okay, so then I expect a person like Kendrick Lamar to know all his bloodlines, all his African bloodline. They not like us. Okay, what is us? That's the goal. That's the $1 million question. What is us? They not like us. They not like, okay, what is us? What is us? They don't know what us is. They don't know what us is. They not like us. Okay, what is us is? What is us? Half the people singing that song don't even know what tribe they come from. That's 7 Hour. You don't even know what tribe you come talking about. They not like us. Can't be serious. You can't be serious. You don't even know what tribe you come from. What tribe of African you come from? So us is who? Who that is? Where do we go to find us? You don't even know what tribe of African you come from. Ask Kendrick Lamar what tribe of African he come from. Ask J. Cole what type of African he is. Let him tell us all his bloodlines. All of them. Intelligently. By DNA. Not what you know on the surface. No, go do the DNA and find it all out. Until then, I outrank these guys. That's the bottom line. If you don't know your DNA, you listen, me and you ain't in the same weight class, buddy. We not. Oh, you thought because I'm about the same height, we was in the weight class, same weight class. You can't be serious, buddy. You thought we was in the same weight class. Well, he about in the weight class with Kendrick Lamar and J. Cole. He about in the same weight class. Oh, really? But I'm the only one talking about child marriage laws in America. J. Cole ain't talking about no child marriage. He talking about false prophets, but he ain't talking about child marriage laws. He ain't talking about child marriage laws in North Carolina where he originally from. He originally from North Carolina, ain't he? Okay, so why J. Cole ain't saying nothing about the child marriage laws in the state of North Carolina? Kendrick Lamar ain't talked about the new child marriage laws passed in California. Oh, new child marriage laws were passed in California July 1st, 2019. Why Kendrick Lamar ain't say nothing about it? He was a pretty good artist by that time. He was doing good by that time. Why he ain't say nothing about it? The child marriage law. So how I'm in the weight class of them? Huh? How I'm in their weight class? Guess you sized me up wrong, little buddy. Jay-Z ain't saying nothing about child marriage laws. Jay-Z ain't saying nothing about it. Oh, I get it. You supposed to put the little homies on me. Man, you can't be serious. Jay-Z himself, you can't even say he in my weight class. Jay-Z ain't saying nothing about no child marriage. He the most cultured man around here in America, the African American and the black people community. Jay-Z ain't said nothing about no child marriage laws. Okay then, so how you gonna act like he in the prophet's lane? You ain't in my lane. Can't be serious. I don't care how much money you got. These white folks got money. That's how black men feel about money. These white people got money. And you will play yourself if you act like when you talking about money long enough as a black man or black woman. Cause these white people gonna make you look stupid. They got businesses, they got America. They got money, land, everything. We ain't gonna never have land. White folks got money and land. All across America, everywhere. Businesses and organizations, everything, bro. And so it's theirs. You know, I'm just saying, you wind up playing yourself when you talk about materialism in America. Come on, man. Come on. We know that, man. We all know that. But when you the only one talking about, out of all this money and land and everything, you the only one talking about them marrying children, the way you talking about it in the context and the full capacity of it. I'm the only person that talked about it in the full capacity of talking about how when it started, the whole timeline, in other words, from when it started to now to the present time when new child marriage laws were passed while Donald Trump was president, I'm the only one that talked about it in the full capacity. So if you're stuck on stupid, you'll come and pull up people that, well, this person was talking about it right here. This person was talking about it right there. Yeah, but they didn't talk about it. I guarantee you, before I even see it, I know this. They didn't talk about it in the full capacity, in the full timeline of it. In other words, the full history. From the times in the 80s, they had child marriage in New York. In Brooklyn, they had child marriage in Brooklyn, in New York. In the 80s, in the 1980s. They was marrying children right here in New York. Now show me somebody who emphasizes and put the proper emphasis on it like that. You ain't gonna find nobody who did it. My interpretation of all of this is more vibrant, pacific, and animated, and you ain't gonna find nobody who done it like me. When I'm pointing out the new child marriage laws when Donald Trump was president, show me somebody that talked about it when Donald Trump was the president when y'all passed new child marriage laws. They ain't pointing it out like that. They ain't telling you those details like that. So then that's why I didn't get your attention. Think about it. When you heard about it, did it get your attention? It didn't, did it? That's what I'm talking about, buddy. So the bottom line is I'm the one that talked about it to avail, to get something done. It didn't get nothing done when they talked about it, and that's the bottom line. When I talked about it, everybody know now. So then who cares what this guy that did it, but to no avail. He talked about it, but to no avail. She talked about it, but to no avail. That's irrelevant. I'm the only one talked about it to avail. To get something done. They got something done. Now people know. Ain't nobody else done it like me. Therefore, how can I be compared to the likes of these rappers and singers? Because that's all you're looking at in the culture. I'm outside. I'm in the real world getting points and lane. I'm in the real world getting real things done without money. Things that's more powerful than money. You know what's more powerful than money? The reality that your country is marrying children. You can't put a price tag on that kind of information and the damage of what that's doing. $1 billion can beat that. $2-3 billion can beat the fact that y'all marrying children. So $5 billion is more valuable of a reality than the marrying children as information and revealing that to you. And the damage of that. So all the money that Jay-Z or Kanye West have is not in comparison to the damage I've done to the reality of America, to who they are as Americans. I've done more, that's more greater. You follow me, right? Okay, that's all I'm saying. Yes, it is. You got all these billionaires anyway. He's not the only one. But I'm the only one in my weight class talking about child marriage laws in the full capacity that I'm talking about it. Show me somebody else that talked about it like that. You got plenty of people got money, but this reality changes everything where the money don't even matter. You marrying children, the money still, you care about $1 million and they marrying children. How you feel about that? You living here and they marrying children, but you got money. Now you see what I'm saying, buddy. All you do as these applehead culture people that Nicki Minaj done left behind. Nicki Minaj done left these applehead culture people behind, ain't she? She done left y'all behind, ain't she? You like Kirk Cameron, you got left behind, didn't you? You Kirk Cameron, you done got left behind. You wouldn't understand if you ain't seen the movie. You Kirk Cameron, you done got left behind, ain't you? Well, I always wanted to be like Kirk Cameron. I like his hair. I thought he was a sporty little guy. Now I done turned into Kirk Cameron. I'm left behind. Nicki Minaj done left me behind. She done left them gay people behind, buddy. Because of all y'all doing out here in these streets. That's probably why. Think about it. All that stuff they out here, all this gang stalking, she done caught wind of it. Playing around the prophet like for fun, she done caught wind of it. That's 7 Hour. I guarantee you that's what it is. We know that, don't we? You playing around the prophet and she ain't feeling that. That's why she left these little applehead gay people behind, buddy. You think it's a game. Ain't nobody feeling that, man. Man, ain't nobody thinking you tough. I mean, for real, ain't nobody thinking that. Ain't nobody thinking these little applehead gay dudes tough, man. Come on, who's thinking that? Is anybody, are you walking away thinking they're tough? Something wrong with you. A lot of people in the streets, if you took that seriously, bro. Man, yeah, bro, come on, man. Come on, man, come on. You kind of took it seriously, didn't you? Off the strength of the name that they was going behind, right? That's what made you talk. That's what made you take it seriously. But if you still taking that serious in 2026, man, something wrong with you, bro. I have to say that, bro. I mean, well, you ain't built like us. They ain't built like us. They not built like us. I threw it off. They not built like us. Hey, man, listen, bro. Let me tell you something, bro. Go find out, for all you African Americans talking about they not like us. First of all, go find out what kind of black you are in the first place. You don't even know what kind of tribe you come from. You dance around all funky, don't even know what tribe you come from, bro. Go find out what tribe you come from. Go find it out. Talking about they not like us. You don't even know what tribe you come from, bro. You're in 2026. Get your weight up. Get your weight up. Go find out. Take a DNA test. Talk about it intelligently. Talk about where you come from intelligently. Not the folklore that your family handed down to you. Your family been telling you got Native American in your family. You find out you ain't got no Indian in your family. That was folklore. That was folklore, bruh. You ain't had no Native. How many times people thought they was Native American and you find out you wasn't? Well, they got high cheekbones. You know how many different ethnicities got high cheekbones, bruh? All kind of ethnicities got high cheekbones. Grow up, get in the real world. You know how many people got high cheekbones? They got the high cheekbones. They got the high cheekbones. High cheekbones. High cheekbone. Hey, these light skinned girls been talking about they high cheekbones. They Native American this whole time. I got high cheekbones. I'm Native American. I got high cheekbones. I'm Native American. You go find out you ain't a big Native American than an Indian you ain't a big Native American than a South Asian person. You're not Native American, you're South Asian. I'm Indian from India. I got Indian really in my family. I'm part South Asian. The real Indian. Where the term actually come from, where in ignorance the white man called Native Americans Indians because they look like South Asian people from India. That's why some Native Americans don't like being called Indians. So if you really respect Native Americans, you don't even call them Indians unless they give you permission to. Most of them don't like being called Indians. It's ignorance. They're not Indians. Indians is in India. That's an Indian. A Native American is what they are. A Cherokee or, different tribes. Okay, so the bottom line is this, man. Go find out who you are before you play with the prophet, buddy. Because if you don't know who you are and you low-key acting like you against me, I'm just saying, for whoever it is, for these black folks who against me, whoever it may be, rich, famous, or poor, don't play yourself when you don't even know what tribe you come from. Don't play yourself when I know about child marriage laws and y'all talking about pedophiles, including Kendrick Lamar. He talking about Drake as a pedophile. Okay, but Kendrick Lamar ain't say nothing about the child marriage laws in the country. That's the 7th hour. Kendrick Lamar didn't say nothing about the child marriage laws. But he talking about Drake being a pedophile. When Drake had more women than Kendrick and probably always will. Man, come on, man. Let's be 100. No homo, but who pulling all the women? Drake or Kendrick? Kendrick ain't pulling no women like that, man. At face value, no. Not at face value. Drake gonna pull in more women. With the music, the style, and everything. That's facts, bruh. That's all I'm saying. That's all. Come on, man. We know that, man. We know that. Drake gonna pull more women all day. You know what I'm saying? He even know that. He even know. That's why it don't really even hurt Drake like that. When you really, if you really listen to the music, if you knew the music, that dude had all the prissy girls with the makeup on, them type of girls, the diva girls. That's all the dudes that's all that was into Drake music. The makeup girls. You know what I mean? That's who that was part of his fan base. Them makeup girls, them Drake, them you know what I mean? These makeup girls, everybody know that. You know what I mean? Like, so, man, Drake pulled in more girls from day one, bruh. From day one. Kendrick wasn't pulling in no girls, man. Come on. I mean, you know what I'm talking about, bruh. You know what I mean, bruh. They respect his music. But come on, bruh. Compared to Drake and Kendrick, who gonna pull more females at face value? If you ain't never heard it, let's just put it like this. If Drake and Kendrick was not famous, who you think will walk down the streets in New York and pull girls? Drake, I'm not no homo, I'm just saying. Who you think gonna go in New York and pull more girls? Drake or Kendrick? Drake gonna pull Puerto Rican girls? Think about it. Kendrick Lamar gonna have a hard time kind of pulling Puerto Rican girls. Let's keep it 100. I mean, you know, he might do decent a little bit, you know what I'm saying? Drake gonna do way better. Come on, we know that, bro. That's all I'm saying. My point is this, man. It's just funny how, you know, the obvious is with Drake is gonna pull more females than Kendrick talking about he a pedophile when he gonna pull more females. Just like my brother we talking about what he talking about, but at the same time I pull more females myself. And I you know, and here's the thing, man. I don't have no respect for people that will say something that's that serious as pedophilia, and you know that person ain't messing around no kids. That's why he filed a lawsuit. I feel him. Nah, man, nah. You can say anything else, bro, and I will ride with you on that, but not that. You know what I'm saying? Nah, bruh. Because I've been through it in my personal life. Yo, nah. That's where the music go wrong, and that's where it goes. You can say it went to hell, nah, man. Cause see, in the streets, bro, you can't put that on somebody's name, and it ain't a war. It's a war when you do that. That's why I'm checking these suckers that play with me like that. You understand me? I'm checking these suckers. And that's that. That's why I'm on my mission. Ain't nobody can't get me off of it. You can say I wish bad on them or whatever. They shouldn't have went out here talking about something they ain't see with their own naked eyes. You know what I'm saying? They shouldn't have talked about something they couldn't talk about intelligently. Anything you talk about, my only pet peeve is talk about it intelligently. Know what you're talking about. That's all I'm saying. Including if you accuse somebody like Drake of being a pedophile, okay, we want receipts. Now, if you pull up a little video and then you show the girls that then we gonna be like, ooh, whoa, okay, oh, dang, that's crazy. But if you ain't got no receipts and you just saying it, man, you know what I'm saying? I as a black man, I don't respect that, nah. Because they put too many things on our name, even if that person ain't totally black. He got African, he's part African descent. He gets put in the category, he get treated like a black man. Let's put it like that. That's for facts. That's facts, right? Okay. So, you know, I don't find it cool at all when somebody, you know what I'm saying, speaks something like that on somebody's name, but you couldn't prove it though. You gotta prove that kind of stuff. Then you sound like a female talking like, you know what I'm saying, talking about some dude and what he doing or whatever. You know, it's just not in the man's nature to be talking about what the next man doing in this in-depth kind of way. It's just not masculine. You know what I'm saying? It really isn't. It's not. You know what I'm saying? So for me, you know, You know, I don't respect that. No, I don't respect it because I had a personal experience with people putting stuff on my name, and you know what I'm saying. And how I feel is, you know, I take that a little more to heart. You know, when I see somebody else going through that, you know, and then you just doing it for fun, for kicks and everything, to get a response out to people and everything like that, like wilding on people. See, we got to be able to be MCs. You got to be able to be an MC and bury somebody without all these antics. You know what I'm saying? Without all these shock value antics and things. You know what I'm saying? You know, so you know, nah, I don't respect that. On the streets, nah, the streets ain't gonna respect that, because back out here on the streets, let's just say you in the real world on the blocks. Okay, if you see this dude up the block and he talking about you a pedophile, you gonna want that dude to prove it. You gonna want him. Now we on the streets. You gonna want receipts. Like, who you was talking about? Okay, well, what female talk about it intelligently? What female are you talking about? Okay, then who? When? What did I do in this situation? See, this is how people will pull up on you. What did you see me do? Okay, so then you part of the problem. You can't talk about black excellence. You're black ignorance. And you shut down Kendrick Lamar's whole brand, because that's what it's based on. It's based on him acting like he fighting for black people. Now, so I make you look ignorant, you don't get no further. You can't go back to talking about all that other stuff like you for the people and all of that, but you just acted totally ignorant. Down in a black man. Talk about stuff you couldn't prove with receipts. You couldn't prove it with receipts, man. That ain't how the real streets move. See, that's a person that succumbed to the culture. You know what I'm saying? Kendrick, he lasted for a while, but in his own little way, he done became part of that stuff too, man. Oh yeah, he done became part of that stuff too, man. Because, you know, you just on straight ignorance now. You know what I'm saying? Where your brand was about kind of like, you know, we gonna be all right. That's Kendrick brand. Not out here, they not like us, and then, you know what I'm saying, and then you talking about somebody's a pedophile in the streets. Nah, bruh, nah. See, people push that envelope because it was popular against the prophet anyway. That's why they like that song anyway, because it's talking about a pedophile anyway. Not him necessarily, but you see, listen, man, I know the culture. I know these lames in these streets. Not Kendrick Lamar, but these other lames. The only reason they gave success to that because they talking about pedophiles. That's all it was. That's the main reason. You think I'm stupid, man. But at the same time, all these black folks didn't know about y'all country marrying children. At the same time, all these black women complaining about being molested. Oh, okay, you don't believe it? Well, tell Kendrick Lamar to go ask these black women how in America, how many of them go. This is my challenge to Kendrick Lamar. Let him go and ask these black women how many black women been molested by people in their own family. That's the challenge. Go ask all these black women you know, and they gonna tell you the truth. You know what they gonna tell you? Yes, something happened to me when I was a kid. And then you know what you're gonna realize. I'm gonna tell you what you're gonna realize. Who you call us as black people? They got a pedophile in most black families. There's one of them in every family tree. While you tried to make it come out here and act like it was something abnormal, really, in reality, ask these black women what it is. All these black women gonna tell you, oh yeah, something happened to me, so then you gonna change your opinion. When you try to style and wild out on a pedophile, I mean, you got them in most black family tree, so how you gonna wild out too far? How they gonna wild out? How black folks gonna really wild out? You can't wild out too far, you got one in your family. Go ask these black women, how many times have they got molested? Oh, and they ain't gonna tell you the sex acts they did with their favorite cousin. Oh, they did that too. They did that to you. All these black women got freaked out by your favorite cousin. And guess what? That might have been a woman. That might have been a girl. Oh, your little favorite cousin, your little favorite girl cousin. Yeah. Y'all sitting back there eating chicken and doing other stuff. Yeah. Y'all back there eating chicken and doing other stuff. Yeah. Go ask all these black women. Go ask all these black women what happened to them when they was kids. And then if they really, well, you know, a person like you, Kendrick Lamar, they're gonna tell you the truth. Go ask them, did they have sex with their cousins? Kanye West already said he did. He had sex with his 6-year-old cousin, didn't he? I'm trying to show. I'm not saying he a pedophile, but look at it for what it is. That's why I respect Kanye West, because at least he told you the truth. And it's more people like that. I've been through this. Kanye West just proves people can have all this money and success. The people you respect and think they got their head on right. And I mean, well, you know, they ain't never done nothing wrong. They did everything right? You find out, he tells you himself, yo, I suck my 6-year-old cousin's penis. 6 years old. Now, white boy gonna come in and say that's a pedophile. Okay, how's a pedophile when Kanye West was a child himself? That's not the definition of a pedophile, suckers. He got to be an adult to be a pedophile. Kanye West said he was a kid himself, right? He didn't say as an adult he did something with some 6-year-old kids, right? With a 6-year-old kid. He said as a teenager, I think he said he was 13, 14, something like that. Okay, he did something with his little cousin. Now all you gonna think about is the 6-year-old child, because you're a white boy. You know, I'm not racist, but you're a white boy, and you all you stuck on is he a 6-year-old child. 6-year-old child. You got tunnel vision on 6-year-old child. But you're not looking at the age that he was. He wasn't a grown man, was he? Okay, so how was he a pedophile then? When he couldn't see him as a child, he seen him as a peer, didn't he? That's right. He seen him as a peer. He didn't come to the point where he became an adult and turned around and wanted to have sex with children. That's a pedophile. Having sex with your peers is not being a pedophile, buddy. That's why you got to know your sexual glossary. These ignorant roaches came out here from the black community. You ain't even know your sexual glossary. Talking about pedophile. How he a pedophile when he was a kid himself? Make it make sense, sucker. Get your vocabulary up. Like Pimp C say, get your vocabulary up. These illiterate suckers out here. Get your vocabulary up. Well, Pimp C say you was illiterate. Well, tomato. You know what I'm saying? If you're illiterate, you probably ain't got no vocabulary. Yeah, I know about Pimp C. I'm in the same weight class as these other suckers. Come on, man. Listen, man. Let me tell you something, man. And that goes for Secret Society when I say these suckers right here. You know what I'm saying? That last sucker. That's these Secret Society people. No, bro. No. When you come out here calling somebody pedophile, man, out of all things, man, you can say snitch, you can put that on the album, you know what I'm saying? But something serious is a pedophile, man, that can cause somebody to kill with that person. You know what I'm saying? That's why. Think about that. That can cause somebody. That's what the Secret Society was hoping, is that these dudes out here would have done something to me. See, they didn't realize the streets ain't like they thought it was. The streets ain't gonna do nothing to you if ain't no charges on the table. If it's all hearsay and ghetto, and we know how ghetto people are, ain't nobody gonna do nothing. And then when we find out the same person was talking about y'all marrying children, ain't nobody gonna do nothing about that. Y'all as Americans are marrying children, what the streets gonna say after that? Oh, it's over. That's what they gonna say. See, they tried to sick the community on me and it didn't work. You don't think I know? You was just hoping somebody out here in Brooklyn would do something and they ain't do nothing. And then imagine me having mercy on the people that tried to sick Brooklyn on me. You think I'm stupid, bro? Try to put New York on me. But me and you supposed to be homies. It ain't gonna ever happen, bro. It ain't gonna ever happen. But that's why. See, they leaving out. They stupid. They suckers. They leaving out parts that they done and realities that they done. Okay, well you try to put Brooklyn and New York on me about whatever you heard. Like you Batman for children. You Batman for children. You MacGyver for children, ain't you? You MacGyver for children. Yeah. You MacGyver, ain't you? For children. You MacGyver for children, ain't you? Dun, 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 dun. You MacGyver. Put an R on it. You MacGyver for children, ain't you? You MacGyver for children, ain't you? Hey, man, listen, man, let me tell you something, bro. These people marrying children in your country. Wake up. They've been marrying children the whole time. Ain't no need to talk to us about no pedophile, bruh. You tripping. And if Kendrick Lamar knew about child marriage, what Drake would, what you talking about with Drake is a drop in the bucket. They marrying children in your country. Did you put that in the song? You didn't, did you? That's what I'm talking about, buddy. Put that in the song. Put that in the bar. America marrying children. Yeah. Be the first rapper to talk about that. Be the first rapper to talk about that.